Cool. Good evening, everybody. My name is Chris. I'm dialing in from Johannesburg, South Africa. And tonight we're talking about feedback from the Heart to Heart convention that was just held over the past weekend in Orlando, Florida. Uh, a lot of us dialed in. We watched it on the live streaming, and I was able to link it to the Zoom, our normal Zoom channel, and a lot of people were able to watch it online at home. Um, Something I haven't mentioned to everybody because it was running through my computer. Um, what I had to do was I had to put the volume on as high as possible, but I couldn't say a word. We had to keep so quiet. So Lucinda and I were sitting there like little mice whispering. So everybody else was sitting, talking and eating popcorn and chilling. Every time we get excited, we're sitting there going, so that we didn't interrupt everybody on the call. So we whispered during the convention. And during the lunch break, we were able to quickly talk at our normal voice. So that's what we were doing in the background. So if you heard a couple of noises, that was cars driving past or dogs or that type of thing. But we tried to keep it as quiet as possible. And we kept the windows closed and it was hot just to keep the sound out. So we were sweating and we were talking in whispering. So that's what we were doing in the background. So all good. I'm just so glad that the amount of people were on the call, and the messages we were getting was just absolutely amazing. Before I hand over to George and people that were at the conference, very quickly, what does a conference do? It takes your believability level, your confidence within the company from this level to that level overnight. And I know when I went to the This Is It convention in Tampa 2 months ago, let's just say when I left South Africa to go to that conference and came back home, I'm not the same person that I was. I had what you call a complete paradigm shift. That is when you saw things in a certain way, it feels like Pandora's box is opened, cannot be closed again. I will never be the same person again. You cannot unsee something. And that's when you start to realize what we are sitting on right now, guys. We are at the beginning of something that is beyond special, beyond special. Did you guys see what was on the group yesterday? We got the rating, triple A rating in the network marketing industry. Only 5% of companies in the world are triple A plus rated. That's what we're sitting on right now. So we're going to be turning a lot of heads because since yesterday, that was yesterday, we're going to be turning a lot of heads. A lot of people in the industry are going to start looking. They're going to start looking. So it's up to us to let these people know about us before somebody else lets them know about us. So anyway, I just want to say welcome to everybody. And tonight we're going to talk about um, the Heart to Heart convention, but we're going to be talking specifically to people that were at the convention. So, like I say, we've got Aloma and her family on the call. We've got Tracy on the call. And then we have George, who was there that got an award, which was so amazing. So proud of you, George. Well done. Well done. And thank you for everything you do, and thank you for your leadership, and thank you for everything you do for our team and our group. We love you to bits. So I'm going to hand over to you. Tell us from the moment you got there. Tell us about the conference.
Thank you so much. So I'm here in Austin, Texas, with Mark Restivo Racing, and Shirley. I'm about to go. Got my Uber coming in about 30 minutes. Shirley's making lunch, so I'm going to speak, then dive out and dive back in when I'm in the car. So. Number one, this was a corporate event in Tampa. It was our Quantum Field Merit Team event, and it was very, very interesting for me to meet all the corporate people and have conversations with them and develop my relationship. It was also great to meet again people I had met in Tampa and further deepen our connection and our relationship. So those are two of the very good things to do with the event. It was great from our team to see Tracy again and Joe and Aloma and Ashley, their daughter. and spend more time with them and develop our relationship. So this makes the ties between us stronger. Now, the event itself was super well organized. I'm going to let the others tell some of that stuff because I'm a little short on time. But what I want as many people as possible to put it in their mind that there's an event next year, and that and to put it in their mind to come to the event. What Chris said about the events is totally true. Eventually, there will no doubt be an event in South Africa at some point. But all that said, you know, 3,000 people is a lot of people, and finding one's way around is also, and being on from like 8:30 in the morning till late at night and 8:30 the next morning, you go through a lot of things. Now, I'm talking to Tracy at the table at the gala dinner, and I suddenly see my face on screen and my name being called out. And I'm going, why is my face there? And it's being called out. I'm being called onto the stage. I had no idea even why I was being called onto the stage. I had to ask Tracy afterwards. And apparently it was for having been the person in Europe who sponsored the most people. So what that was, it's very nice to have the recognition, but it actually made it kind of opened the door for me to have deeper conversations with corporate people, because they're like, oh, it's him. And so because they're dealing with lots and lots of people. I was lucky enough to have 2 short conversations with David Schmidt. Before that happened, that I just described, I saw he wasn't being mobbed, because, a lot of people want to talk to him. I went up to him, I said, may I shake your hand? And he said to me, he didn't know me from, as Chris says, from a bar of soap, but he said to me, thank you for what you do. And I said, no, thank you. We need you. And then I said to him, the world needs us. I'm very firm with this belief. We need him and the world needs us. He's such a special person, and with his thoughts, which you will hear from more from Tracy and from Aloma and so on, and from Kavi. But in my personal story, and then I've got to go because lunch is being prepared, and then got to go out the door. In my personal story, when I came off the stage, they gave me a big bunch of roses, red roses. And I thought, what am I going to do with these red roses? So so on the stage, David Schmidt and his wife were right on the table in front of the center of the stage. So I was like saying thank you with my head, and he's very formal. He's doing these little bows. And when I got off the stage, I stopped by his table and I said, may I give these roses to your wife? And she said, they were really chuffed. I hadn't intended to, but it kind of just came out of my mouth. And then I had a conversation with him. The others will talk about when he talks about the Bible codes. I'd had a book that I'd gotten to him, which he'd received apparently 3 days before. We talked about that, and I am just so happy that in my life, LifeWave came across me. I came across LifeWave, and this is where my full focus is and will be for the years to come. I mean, I have other things I need to do, as everybody does, but this is my number one focus. And with that, I'm going to leave you guys, and count on us to help you. We want to help anybody who wants to take these places. So thank you so much, and thank you, Chris. Can't hear you.
Oh, there you go. Awesome. Thank you for that, George. Thank you. Thank you. I can just imagine how surprised you must have been, and congratulations. Well done. Well done. Right, so we've got,
when I got off the stage and said to Tracy, why did they give me that? Anyways.
Awesome. Okay, so we got Javi on the call. Javi's going to join us shortly. I've just sent Javi a message. I know that Tracy and Aloma, they limited with time, so I'm going to let you guys quickly hop on. I'm going to start off with Tracy. You were at both of the conventions. You were at the team convention 2 months ago in Tampa, and then you were at this convention. So you must be vibrating at another level. I mean, you're probably floating. We've got to try and pull you back down to earth.
Yeah, I would definitely say, it does have a huge impact on you when you participate in these conventions. I haven't really prepared anything, for this conversation this afternoon. It's been such a crazy couple of days for me, but I'm going to just talk from the heart. And there's a striking thing, for me from both the conventions, and that is David himself. So he's an incredible leader. He's extremely humble. He has a sense of humility. He's done the most amazing things, but he really still has, kept his humility, and he's very relatable as an individual. Um, he's definitely purpose driven, and he still keeps his sense of. He finds he has a great sense of humor, and he pops these little quips in every now and again, and it just brings everybody. He brings himself basically, onto the same level with everybody through the humor as well. So, I think it's really incredible to see the appreciation that people in the LifeWave community have, for David and for what he's doing, from that perspective. And something you mentioned earlier, Chris, was the word family. And, that this is a, LifeWave family. And I really think that this is what it is. You develop a sense of not just community. We are a community. The way people relate to each other, the way they talk to each other. These are people all of the same tribe, and I think that makes we all have the same ideas or the same purpose. Of course, everybody has slightly different. But I think our sense of, making a difference, not just to the people next door to us, but people, further on and further on. We really do want to help humanity in the longer, in the longer sense of the chain. The other thing is, you do develop deeper relationships. So, Aloma and her family, now I've had 3 opportunities to meet them, and spend some time and get to know them, and that's been great. Obviously meeting you and Lucinda as well, Chris. And then George, George, it was a great opportunity to spend some time with George. George and I were like hand in a glove, it was almost like an interdependent relationship in terms of the way we supported each other during the couple of days at conference. And that was really great. The principle centered leadership for me is a big thing. I've walked out of jobs before, just picked up my handbag and walked out because I got to a point where I believed, okay, I'm in the wrong place because the leadership here is not authentic. I cannot stand it when people, don't demonstrate, what they really think, and everybody, pretty much everybody I've met, so far in LifeWave and at the conferences, has supported that view. From a business perspective, although I'm still fairly new, fairly early, from a business perspective, I've seen enough of the business plan and the compensation plan to really feel that this is a business whose primary objective, aside from delivering technology that helps humanity, is about making sure that everybody wins and everybody helps everybody. The compensation plan goes several levels deep. So leadership, it doesn't matter where you are, at what level you are, there's somebody in leadership that is going to, step up to the plate and help you if you ask for that, for that assistance. And that, goes for everybody. And there's always opportunities, there's always opportunities to from a promotional perspective, to save money, to make more money. And I honestly believe that the promotions, while they're there and they are really nice for people to, to make use of those opportunities, the reason behind those promotions is to help us get the message out there as fast as we possibly can. So while there's a monetary level to the promotions, my real belief on why that is there is it's there to help us to try and get the message out to as many people as we can. The last thing, the community, I made so many new friends, that I've never met before, but I think that are going to, from different teams even, that are going to become, I think firm friends of mine, in the future, that I will continue to even support and assist and just have a conversation with. But there's a couple of quotes that I wrote down. I always make notes, but there's a couple of quotes that I wrote down. So I want to share these quotes with you, and I'm going to start from the end and go back to the beginning. One of the key quotes for me from David was, "It's very important that you don't allow people to steal your dreams. And what you really want to do in life, you should chase that." And that's supported by Keanu Reeves, because he also says, "Don't quit your daydream." Now, I don't dream. Lots of people are telling me they remember their dreams on, so much more vividly on using the patches, and I don't have dreams. So I daydream. So Kiana's "Don't quit your daydreams" for me really resonates with what David said. From the Japanese people who take this business very seriously, very seriously. All right. And they are one of the biggest markets from a country perspective. One of the leaders from a Japanese perspective said, for every person she introduces, she writes down the tree all the way from David right to the person that she's introduced, because she wants to show them how many people were involved in bringing the message to that particular person. And I thought that was a really interesting way to look at it. And then there was another Japanese gentleman who spoke about anime and how he related his story to LifeWave to a very famous anime character. And he said, the hero always helps his friend, always. And he mentioned 3 things: protect, respect, and recognize. And, and this, he's talking about his friends, and these are the people that you bring into LifeWave and that you introduce to LifeWave. So protect them, respect them, and recognize them for their achievements. Some good additional quotes that I heard, and I can't remember who said them. Always share the business opportunity, and sometimes use words. Right? So that was really telling for me. Always share the business opportunity, and sometimes use words. And the magic that you are looking for is in the work that you are avoiding. Right? Magic doesn't happen. The magic happens when you do the work that you are avoiding. And then just something from our keynote speaker, John, which I really thought was very good for, parents and grandparents, is don't pay your children to do chores. Chores are something you do as a family. Pay your children to read the books that you choose for them to read. And that for me was a really great takeaway from the conference. So that's me. I'm done. On to Aloma and her family for some inputs.
Thank you for that, Tracy. Thank you. Those 2 quotes, I wrote those down as well. You got to share it, but you got to talk. And I think Lucinda and I, we actually laughed out loud. So we just had to put our hands in front of our mouths. So we didn't make a noise. We laughed at that one, but so true. So true. And thank you for those insights, Tracy. We really appreciate it. Who votes for Tracy to be one of our presenters in the next week or 2? I think Tracy's ready for presenting. Any thumbs up? Got 2 thumbs up from us. Yes, look at Helen, Johnny. Tracy, we're going to be talking tomorrow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Look, the thumbs up. Okay, sorry, the vote is done. But well, let's say the tribe has spoken. Thank you, Tracy. That was beautiful. Thank you, thank you. And then we got Aloma and Ashley. Then we got Joe, but you guys are on different screens. So let me, okay, let me ask you to unmute. There's Aloma and Ashley, and then let me unmute Joe as well, which I also met 2 months ago at the other convention. And then you guys were back again for the next dose of convention. Okay, you guys must be really pumped up, ready to take the world by storm. Tell us, what did you get out of it, guys?
Well, I think we're so fired up that we had to spend the week apart. I'm on the west coast of Florida. Aloma and Ashley are on the east coast of Florida, just so our heads can't fit in one house. That we're so fired up.
Go ahead, Joe. Go.
But first thing that I noticed was when you walk into that room, you felt the electricity and the energy. It was like nonstop. And you know, when you have 3,000 like-minded people all feeling it, it just spreads through everybody. Couple other things that I've noticed is how focused corporate is on supporting us, the brand partners. I've been involved in a lot of companies, more so in the insurance field, and they always talk the game, but you know, they're always like, yes, yes, yes. But when it comes time to support, they're not there. This company is 100% backing us, the brand partners, because we are the formula for their success. So they're going to do everything that they can to make us successful. And that was even the speakers. All the speakers that were there were focused on what we do, on to help us make us better, like whether it was John Maxwell or whether it was some of the panels. You know, we all got a lot of insight from them. One of the quotes that I wrote down was from someone who they said, grow globally, but sponsor locally with the people and the countries you want to build in. You find that one leader and support them 100%. And then you start putting others under that leader. And that's how you grow your business globally, but you support locally first to start. Two things that amazed me, or a couple things, really 3 things, and I'm going to hand it over to the East Coast of Florida people that are sitting there watching. The mind of David Schmidt's amazing. This man thinks 20 years ahead. He even came out and said, you know, I'm 10 years. No, I've already got that plan done. I'm looking 20 years out. And the fact that he's coming up with technology that's going to make it better for everyone, regardless, is just simply amazing. And some of the things that he's come up with that he's announced. He didn't announce everything. We were looking for more things, but that's all going to come at the 20th anniversary next year in 2024. And a couple other things were how open the leaders are to spend time with you. I mean, we sat down with some of the leadership like Javi and Olga and Andre and Jackie Davuti, Linda Sanchez, and they sit there and they, what can I do to help you? What can I do to help you get to where you want to be? The leadership is very, very open, which kind of amazed me too. They weren't like, oh, excuse me, you know, I'm SPD and leave me alone. But the last thing I'm going to say that kind of threw me is Aloma and I were walking out of the room at the end of the night, and I locked eyes with Steve Merritt. He looked at me, he said, you are going to be on that stage next year, because then he pointed to Aloma and said, because I see the fire in her eyes. So I'm going to leave it at that. Let them give their perspective.
Ashley?
So something that my dad said that I noticed about LifeWave is that most like corporate companies and, you know, corporate conventions, people at the top, they're just looking to create employees. They're not really looking to create people like them, and they're not really focused on helping other people get to them. So that's one of the biggest takeaways, is that LifeWave is a company that helps create business leaders rather than create employees, which you won't really find anywhere else. I mean, I don't know where else that is. Don't ask me. But a few big takeaways for me is something that John Maxwell said. And he said that he emphasizes a lot on the word every day, but he said every day doesn't mean all day, meaning that you have to work on whether it's yourself or your business every day, but you don't have to necessarily do that for 12 hours straight a day. And you can maybe get some sleep in and not have to, you know, be like Chris and work 24 hours straight. And then another thing that Dr. Stacy said, who I believe is a SPD on another team, is she, when it was her panel or her time to speak and how she was talking and she made everything sound so simple, which I don't think I've maybe heard really anyone talk about how she kind of goes out and makes it so simple to people. She would just simply say things like, oh, this patch helps bring my body into balance, or oh, this is my energy enhancing patch. So I think that that was probably the biggest eye-opener for me in terms of how to tell, around people my age, because if anyone's gonna be the most judgmental about anything about this, it's people who are in their young 20s. They're brutal people, let's say that. So that kind of made it really simple for me to be like, okay, that's how I can market it and kind of help that in my life. And then so I can grow in this company and then help other people like me grow. And then the last thing I'll say is that just about, again, everyone's talked about it, but of how brilliant David Schmidt is in his mind and his technology, and about how he's not like most CEOs of companies. Like, he's actually someone who actually cares about everyone, no matter how small or big they are. And you can actually see that through the way he talks, the way he looks at you and everything. So that's all I have to say.
Okay, that's good, Ashley.
Thanks.
Okay, so for me, the overwhelming sense of community, family, look, I feel like I'm going to tear up, because it really is that incredible. When you think of what this man has done and what the future holds for LifeWave and anybody, it's to help everybody. I mean, I feel that it has rocked you to your core, that you can't even put it into words, because the humbleness of this leader, this man of this almost going to be $1 billion company. Okay, let's go there. It is. And to see him humble himself and to do just stuff for humanity, and what the technology is going to be coming out about sustainability on our food and the poisoning of stuff we eat every day because it's there. I mean, to just wrap your head around that, and all the corporate, and how they were just there to help you, to give us, to just help give us the tool to lead, to continue to succeed, because the growth of the company and what's going on in the world, worldwide, of all the countries are opening. I mean, that is some miraculous things. I mean, I want to say one of the quotes for me was when his wife had come on, and she when she talked about David and how he said, you gave everyone a tool, and to make the world a better place. And what Steve Merritt had said was about light will always win, So for me, he gave everyone a tool. He gave us the tool. I mean, the genius of this, we just got onto this into LifeWave a few months ago. And for us, I mean, I'm not this sort of marketing level. I've never been, I'm not exposed to this kind of stuff. I didn't know about this, but just to see how the level and how much people could actually be financially secure and make money. And it is also about going out there and really keeping it simple, just really the simplicity of it on, from the start of Thursday night and just the 80s night and just being there. I want to tell you, just being there at convention, that's our team, that's our company. It's like, wow, who wouldn't want to be part of that? The energy, the vibe, just from the beginning to start, it was beyond. I mean, there are things, I've taken so many videos. I haven't even wrapped my head around half of it. I've been in a little daydream, to be just in awe. But the future for all of us is really bright. And I just want to shake some people or slap them sometimes and say, wake the hell up, okay? I think all of us want to do that. So I think for now, I know I'm missing out on a few things, but we all saw all of it, the 2 days, and it's humbling. It's humbling. So thank you. And
Thank you,
also,
Loma.
let me just finish. George, Tracy, the leadership, Harvey, Olga, oh my God, Steve and Gina Merritt, holy moly. We are continuing to follow them. We're touching them. We're just continuing to touch them every time because we want it all. And it trickles down like a domino effect, literally like a domino effect. And I am really happy to be part of this team with all of you guys. Tracy, I love you, girl. I love you, George. I mean, what's not to love about George? And Harvey and Olga. I mean, who doesn't love a bald guy? Okay. Sorry, Joe. So,
Oh, thank you, Loma. Wow, I can feel that emotion right through the screen. Oh my word. Wow. Oh, guys, thank you so much for those insights and thank you for what you've shared. Joe, I can echo on what you were talking about, support. I've never seen support like this in any company, and I'm talking about across the board, and that's what corporates are giving back to us, and it's evident in everything that we do, And Ashley, talking about John Maxwell, I love what you brought up there, talking about where he says, not all day, but every day, and that brings it right back to that word that we always talk about is the word consistency. Consistency is more important than quantity. That is the secret ingredient. That's one of the ingredients of the chocolate cake is that consistency. And John Maxwell, what I love about it is he's got that long-term approach where, we live in this instant gratification, drive-through, breakthrough society where we want everything yesterday. And we need to start to put things into perspective and understand, guys, we're here for the long haul. And as David Schmidt says, he doesn't talk 5 years, he doesn't talk 10 years, he talks 20 years. And everything that you guys have said is humble. I heard the word humble come out of every single person's mouth. And that's what I've picked up right from the beginning, is how humble this man is and, the places where he's taking us. So guys, thank you for your input. I really appreciate it. And you've given me FOMO. I've got FOMO deluxe, complete FOMO, because it's not happening again. That you guys are going to be at a convention and we're not. Last time ever, never again. Then we got Harvey, my brothers. Thank you for joining us. And we saw you on the stage. Oh, just absolutely amazing. My brother, thank you for coming on and thank you for everything you do for us. Please tell us about what you got out of Heart to Heart.
Well, I want to start with one thing. You guys are talking about recognition. You guys are talking about having FOMO. Everyone understands here about LifeWave going from your head to your heart, and it's all about exposure. I want to give one person a big recognition, and I'm sure everybody's going to agree with me. Okay, this person understands the whole aspect of exposure, the whole aspect of getting LifeWave from your head to your heart, the whole aspect of supporting, being that upline, being that leader, leading by example. This person has gone above and beyond to have everybody exposed to, at least if they were not at the event, they could somewhat feel that they are event through their efforts. And I want to give this recognition. If I had a trophy here, I give it to that person, but I want to give it to Chris. Chris has gone above and beyond on putting the toolbox together. He should have gotten paid for that. He broke down every speaker so everybody can see it, so they can feel that they were part of this. Okay, my hat goes off to you, Chris. You are leading by example, and that's I want to give that first recognition before anything. Reason being, you don't have to do all this. You don't have to do it, but guess what? You get to do it. And the reason why you get to do it, because LifeWave have gone from your head to your heart, and you want it to go to everybody else because you want it to be infectious. Okay, and bro, thank you. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being the leader that you are, the leader that you are going to be. Okay, and thank you. And I thank you in the bottom of my heart for everything that you do. Okay, the trophy goes to you, my friend. It goes to you. Okay,
Thank you.
This event, listen, you heard and you hear the passion through everybody. Okay, my phone did not stop leaving Tampa. Now, coming back from this conference is that on top of this. And you know what? I love to work. I love to work. And as people saw, this company is all about the field. It's different. It's a different feeling. And every time I see something, I fall more and more and more in love with this company. Okay. Chris talked about, okay, let me back up a little bit. As you can see, when I speak, everything rises and falls on leadership. I sound like John Maxwell. Why? The 3 years that I interned with him, because I invested it in my leadership. Okay, because I wanted to be a better leader. I teach what he taught me and his resources. So as he was speaking, I'm like a student again, taking notes and everything. And you know what? It's right. Everything is uphill when it comes to network marketing. But the question is, are you willing? And then Chris talked about, you know what, Tracy should come on board and start doing the presentation. I'm going to put one on top of that one. Okay, are you ready? I'm going to put one on top of that one. There's a certain individual who, when I first met, listen, didn't say a word, okay, was afraid, was sitting in the shadows, in the background. And you know what, in the little time that I've seen this person has grown because they're intentional. And I'm going to give recognition when recognition is due. And I'm going to vote, and I'm going to write this one person who is taking step by step when it comes to their growth. And especially, I wish I was their age when I started this business. Ashley Romanowski. Okay, let me tell you something. I have never seen her speak the way she speaks now. Okay, she is growing, and she's going to do big things in this company. And one of my last conversations before I came back home was with her. Okay, and what she wrote on paper inspired me because of her vision as a 22-year-old. Okay, I wish I started this when I was 22. I really did. Okay, but you are where you're supposed to be. And the good thing about Ashley is she has two parents that back her up 100%. Okay, I would work with that girl to the end of time because I know where she wants to go with this. And it's for everybody. Okay, everything rises and falls on leadership. Let me tell you something. She's going to do bigger things than all of us here. Okay, I honestly believe that. The award, listen, all those awards that happen was from my team, which is a great thing. When George got that award, I jumped with pure joy because I had no idea he was going to get that. None. And we saw his face on the thing. I said, great. I thought that was from being recognized as an executive. He was being recognized for enrolling people in Europe. I'm like, holy shit. Another one, Jen O'Sullivan, another one. And it was just person after person. And why am I so happy? Because there's people on our team. Okay, people on our team was getting recognized. And you want to know something? I told you from the beginning, there is no one's going to have the community, the love, the respect, and the leadership that this team has. No one. And you look around, and the Romanowskis can testify. George can testify. Tracy can testify. If you look around, no one has what we have. And I'm not being biased because this is my family. I am talking the bitter truth. Everybody here is doing basically what they're being taught. And that's why I started with the thank you of Chris, because Chris doesn't have to do what he does. He doesn't have to do it, but he pours into his team. He knows everything is all about leadership and everybody is duplicating. Okay. George pours into his team. Okay. Everyone pours into his team. Folks, this company is going places. They're going places. And guess what? You guys are a part of it. You guys said yes. You told the world you're figuring it out later. And coming here and seeing everything what you guys do is such a joy to me. I get choked up because you know what? I'm like, wow. I remember when each and every one of you started. I remember when Helen started. I remember when Tracy started. I remember when Chris and Lucinda started. I remember when all you started and the progress, because everything rises and falls on leadership, folks. Okay, but you were willing to go through the trials and tribulations so you can become a better version of you. Because if you're not a better version of you, you can't be a better version for anybody else. You can't give something that you don't have. Okay, and it's all about love, respect, integrity, and community. And that's the glue that holds this team together. And that's the glue that holds network marketing together. And you guys implement it here. As soon as I got back, I'm on an international call for Tracy. Okay. Last night, 10 o'clock at night, she wasn't playing around. Okay. And you know what? She has somebody going in Korea, not playing around, So on top of that, and Andre Davudi, we're on Zoom calls with people in Korea too. It's like people, what happens is, guys, when you see something and you fall more in love with it, okay, you step out of the comfort zone. And like John Maxwell have, people have uphill hopes, but they have these downhill habits. Okay. And the downhill habits is not making the sacrifice to get what you want. You will all were blessed with LifeWave, but it cannot be built for you. Understand, you built, and the good thing is you're building with all of us, not by yourself. Okay. I'm like Batman. You can call me in the drop of a dime and I will answer at whatever time, because I want to see people win. And if I'm busy, I will get back to you. Before I got on the Zoom, I'm on another Zoom with my phone because people they just want to live better, as each and every one of you here want to live better. You understand? So I vote for Ashley Romanowski to get on that list to show the presentation. Why? Because she can. Okay? Because she can. Okay? And she's going to do a damn good job when she does. And I'm going to be there cheering her on. Why? Because she can. And Joe Romanowski can. And Helen can. And everybody here can, because they're a badass. And that's how we talk out here in New Jersey. They're just badass. And if you don't like the word, then don't listen to me. But this is how Javi talks, and I'm not going to change for anybody. Okay? So listen to me. There are trips are being held. Okay? Steve and Gina Mera put a trip together outside of corporate so everyone here can come on it. Okay? I am willing to help everyone get on that trip. I am willing to help anybody. All you have to do is say, I want to go on it. There's people over in this group already on from the running for it. And you know what? And like Aloma and Joe said, and George said, being with the people that you love and that you care and that you trust in person is so much different. I mean, look at the love that we have on the Zoom. Imagine in person. Oh my God. It's just totally different. Okay. I remember when I first met Chris, I didn't think he was that taller than me, but it's okay. But I still hugged him anyway. George too is like a freaking beast, but I hugged him anyway. But it's all about the love, folks. It's all about the love. And next year, don't miss out. I want to see everybody. I want to see Sandy. I want to see Rogs. I want to see all you guys, because I want to live life with you. Okay? With you. And that's what this business is all about. That's why people respect, This Is It team, because of what we've created. Okay, Helen, I want to see you there too, man. Okay, I want to see everybody there, because you know what? There's nothing better than just going on a beach and just talking about life and having pina coladas and Ashley, you're gonna get a virgin one, baby. Okay, you're not gonna get a drink of water. All right, having pina coladas and just having fun and just talking. We've laughed so much. Okay, we laughed so much over dinner, and you see what I'm talking about? I'm not even talking about the business. I'm talking about the community. Okay, the community. And we're up at 11:30 at night on fumes just talking, because we just want to, every minute counts, But folks, listen, just go out and with your passion and with your story, you talk to people and you tell them why you're doing this. Okay, I don't tell people to join LifeWave. I tell people, join me. Join the movement, because they feel your passion, they feel your conviction, they feel your posture, and people want to join people like that. Okay, they want to join people who know where they're going. Hey, Johnny P, I want you involved in this too, bro. Don't hide back there. I see you. I see everything. I see everything. Okay, don't think little Javi doesn't see things. Okay, I got a heart of a lion, baby. I got a voice inside me that roars. That's a lion. And I want everybody here to come out and say, hey, I want this. January 13th is the next virtual event for This Is It. They're flying all SPDs to Florida. You don't have to leave your house. You don't have to buy a ticket. January 13th, 10 hours of full-on training. 10 hours, okay, of teaching on how to build. And from that event, you build to the next event, which is the international event for LifeWave, the 20th anniversary. It's going to be crazy. January 13th, $99 to get 10 hours of training. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? To help you build your business. talk about it, promote it, get your team on it. It's going to be nuts. Okay, nuts. I look forward to seeing each and one of you there. I look forward to seeing each and one of you in Cancun with us. Okay, in Cancun. I got to start working out because I gained like 10 pounds on this trip, eating like crazy. Thank you, Aloma, and thank you, Joe. Okay, they make me eat like crazy. Oh, but you know what? I don't care. I had fun. But now I'm on a diet. Thanks for you guys. George, you too. You're at fault of this shit too, man. Okay, I gotta blame somebody. But anyway, I love you guys. Love you guys. I pass the baton, Pastor Chris. Let's just do this. January 13th. Register now. Don't procrastinate. Register now. Hold yourself accountable. Get on that training January 13th and watch your business grow.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Wow. Let me tell you what Robbie's talking about now is as real as anything. It's beyond the business. It's family, guys. It's family, as Tracy was saying just now. The bonds that we create, and it starts off on the screen with little people like this. And let me tell you something, when you do meet in person, it is a very emotional thing because you know what? Our tribe is coming together. You heard the saying, your vibe attracts your tribe. And all of us special, like-minded, like-hearted people are all coming together globally. So we start off on a little screen and you get plugged in and you walk this road with us and you're going to make more than friends here. You can become a family with everybody. That's the bonds that we have. So, like I said, that FOMO, ooh, never again, never again. So, George, I see George has got his hand up. You said that you went to quickly get in the car now.
Yeah, I'm in the car. I
There you
talked to
go.
you before. We had lunch. Shirley made a super lunch. Did some photos with Mark and Shirley outside their house. Now in the cab on the way to Austin Airport to New York City. So, guys, I wanted to share something with you. There's a gentleman who speaks in the event. He's called Chuck Michael. You would never notice him. Very unassuming. You'd never crowd. And he is apparently the top earner in LifeWave. And I had a conversation with him. And he told me in the beginning what he did. He would get into an elevator at a high-end hotel, and he's in the elevator. He's got his cards printed out with his phone number and website address, and he'd say, "Hey, you guys," say, "Hey guys, where are you all from?" And they go, "Oh, I'm from Michigan." He says, "Oh, wow, Michigan! I'm in a company that's looking to open in Michigan." So it's he give like 30 seconds. He says it better himself there in the video. We'll have to dig it out and put the words. And listen, you maybe know people. And here's my card. And he said he would get out to the elevator at the next stop. So he didn't continue the conversation. And the numbers of people because of that, he'd get rid of 50 cards a day for a while. So I wanted to share that because there are so many ways to talk to people. There's a gentleman here who's driving me to the airport, and he's probably thinking, what is this guy talking about? And we're going to be talking about this afterwards. He's smiling. So a lady I met on the airplane, I said, are you managing to connect to internet? She says, no, because I'm not managing. We started a conversation. We're supposed to sign up today or tomorrow. Did you lose me? Supposed to sign up today or tomorrow with a gold pack. You never know. It's a question of sharing and talking and being creative. And Chris, just last thing, because my battery's about to die, I'm going to have to get my charger out. Maybe next week we should do the call really focused on what Jordan Maxwell's teachings were.
Couldn't agree with you more. John Maxwell, absolutely love it. I've read about 5 of his books and we're on the same page there. I think we can all learn a lot from John Maxwell, and especially, like I say, having that long-term approach. So definitely. Thanks, George. Thank you. And thank you for everything you do, and good luck for the rest of your trip. Keep us posted on your journey. Let us know when you arrive, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I see Tracy's got a hand up, but then I'm going to put somebody, well, at least I'm going to give her a minute or two to think about it, because I was going to put her on the spot, is Sandy. And I'm going to ask Sandy to finish off for us, because Sandy was one of the people that were on the virtual call. And I would just love to have Sandy's insights at the end. So just before that, Tracy, I'm going to unmute you. And then straight after that, I'm going to unmute Sandy to close off for us. There you go, Tracy. I asked you to unmute. Here we go.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
So I hope I'm not going to steal Sandy's thunder here, because one thing that we haven't mentioned so far, and we touched on it maybe just very briefly, is LifeWave is a technology company. It's not a patching company. And while we all have the patches at the moment, which is the health and wellness technology that we have at the moment, there is so much more to LifeWave than just the health and wellness patches. And if you watch all the videos from the conference, it's just too much for me, to talk about here. But if you watch all the videos from the conference, you'll understand that we're talking about, as a company here, technology and health and wellness. We're talking about communication technology. We're talking about energy technology. We're talking about food technology. So, and all of these things are going to impact us, be available to us, help us, be part of our toolbox, not your toolbox, Chris, but the product toolbox, going forward. So, you've never been in the right place at the right time like this in your life before. So that's just for me to everybody on this call here, stick with it, because and just keep working at it, because it's going to blow you away completely.
Oh, completely. Thank you for that, Tracy. Yes, right place, right time, right company, right in the beginning. Yeah, I think once when the penny drops, what we sitting on right now, you'll have what we call LifeWave insomnia. And it's not insomnia because you can't sleep. It's insomnia because you are so excited with the beginning of something so amazing. And this is, like I say, just the beginning. All right, so I'm gonna first of all, before I hand over to Sandy, I want to say, Jacques, my brother, so nice to see you on the call, and I love your backdrop. Looks absolutely amazing. Love it, love it, love it. I just see YX39. Love it, beautiful. All right, then I want to get Sandy to come on. Sandy and I, we've known each other for, I think it's like coming on 7-8 years now, and yeah, we've worked many different projects together. Many have worked for a while and kept, here today, gone tomorrow. So we've kind of like been around the block, so to speak. And yeah, we met Sandy and Eric last week. We met for lunch, and we're just talking about perspective. Always when I speak to Sandy, I always get perspective on the long-term approach and what we're actually sitting on right now, purely because of our history and what we've experienced together. And we actually said last week, we said, you know what, everything else was practice leading us up to this point. And all the relationships and all the people we met along the way was all for a reason, because now we're at the point where we are finally home. And I think Sandy can attest to that. Sandy, over to you.
Thank you, Chris. Thanks, everyone. It's interesting, Tracy, and you have led straight on to the quick notes that I made. So what Tracy was saying, it's a technology company. This came through to me really strongly. I mean, think of the hologram technology. The drone. We've got a friend who builds large drones, won the Edison Award, all sorts of things. That outdoes it completely in shape and hours of flying. And what David's plans are with it. And then, of course, the food. The brandy blew my mind. It really did. It's something else. It's like David was playing, had some fun. And that's what I thought at the time. And of course, I'm always intrigued with the Bible codes. I really am. And how David thinks. He's absolutely brilliant. And Bobby and I were talking, and he is like from another planet. He's out of this world. And I mean, that's how Eric and I, yes, that's how we see him. Eric said he wonders if the man ever sleeps. That brain never stops, that's for sure. I loved all his talks and the talk on the heart. Again, I'm busy re-listening to it. It's what Aloma says, I've got to re-listen to everything. I really do. And then, of course, the biomimetics. You know, he's just thinking way ahead. And what makes me really happy is that he's thinking 20 years ahead. Because, you know, I'm thinking at my age, 20 years, but now I'm going to de-age. Not so. So, let's say another 20 years of serious activity. I'm in for that. And Meredith, I mean, everything about the company, it's there. So, it's what Tracy says, right company, right products, right time, right place, right technology. We're here for the future. And I'm certainly planning to go on the trips. And I've spoken to my team. And I believe everyone here, all our teams, we need to meet up there, feel the community, experience what Tracy, Harvey, George are talking about. So thank you, everyone. And I look forward to seeing everyone on the trips. We need to go for it.
Completely. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you for that. We're going to be there like a bear. Okay, then we got Harvey. There we go. You finish off for us, my brother. I saw you put
They
your
said we
hand
got
up there.
someone asked you taste that. We got our own bottle. Okay. They sent SPDs their own bottle. And guess what? I ain't sharing with none of you. Okay. None of you. Okay. And did we taste it? Let me tell you, I had like 4 of them. And I don't drink. Listen, I get tipsy on a wine cooler. Okay. And it was so smooth going down. Listen, I had to sit down and eat some bread because I was done. But you know what? I sit down and I think, and at the SPD retreat, I said, did this man just invent this through light? I mean, it's just crazy. He just thought about it and went into the lab and just put it together. Okay, I have problem doing a Rubik's Cube. This man made brandy out of freaking light. Okay, but I also want to announce, I can say it now, you know, this is the new product coming in January and February. This is the eye cream. Okay, we got that too. Okay, the eye cream, and is working through your copper peptides. So January and February, but they give SPDs a couple of bottles. And I have an extra one. Maybe I'll gift to someone. The next person who goes senior director, I don't know, maybe, we'll see, you know. And on top of Chris's Alavita patches and all the sprays that I sent with him, you know, I love to see people win and get this product. But the one thing I want to say, and the one thing that I'm teaching now with teams are going to the business side, meet or beat your weekly cycles. Okay, this is how you're going to get closer to winning these trips. For an example, if Tracy hit 4 cycles this week, let's just say for an example, she hit 4 cycles this week. Next week, she should make accountable to herself to either meet it or beat it. Okay, and everybody in her organization does the same thing. And how do you do that? Just help somebody go manager, man. Okay, just help somebody go manager. If you hit 4 cycles next week, I need to hit 5 or beat it. And that's how you're going to increase your income within the next 4 weeks. Okay, if you hit 4, next week you hit 5. Okay, and you have everybody in the organization do the same thing. I'm telling you, Merle's team is doing it, and it is going nuts there. Nuts. They have by far beat their cycle week by at least by 3%. Okay, and that's a joy to my heart because their income is increasing. So if Sandy Feast, you hit 10 this week, last week, hit 11, hit 10 this week or 11 and beat it. Okay. And every week you hold yourself accountable and you do the same thing. Before you know it, you're into 25 and 35 and 40 cycles by doing this. And I teach that out here, and now I'm throwing it out to you guys. Do the same thing. And how do you do it? Go down, down, down in your organization and help people go manager. Please don't overcomplicate this thing. Remember, I was a manager once. I started off as a manager, 2 left and 2 right. Okay. And guess what? I'm an SBD today, but guess where I'm going again? Manager, 2 left and 2 right. Why? Every person you sponsor, that's a check match. 1, 2, 3 levels. Okay. So Javi and Olga's going manager again. I am going 20 left and 20 right again. Okay. This is chapter 2. This is chapter 2. That was chapter 1. We are in chapter 2, baby. We're listen, all in like a wedgie. You can't pick us out if you tried. All right. Guys, listen, I am proud in each and every one of you. Each and every one of you. You are deserving. Feel that you're deserving. Feel it. Feel it. You are deserving of all of this. Me, Chris, George, the Romanowski, Sandy, Tracy, Helen, we're no different than any of you. No different. No different. We just saw the ghost. We just saw the ghost. And we got spooked. Okay. And that's why Chris does a damn good job on trying to help you guys see the ghost. Okay. Hours of income producing that are not even income producing, but he does it. But he does it. So you guys can see the ghost. Go on that. Listen to John Maxwell's training. It is phenomenal. It's all about personal growth and personal development. Your business will never outgrow your level of leadership. And he stressed it. It will never grow you. If you're stuck, it's because something that you have to put in you for your business to grow. I have to hop on another Zoom. I love each and every one of you to pieces that it hurts. So I got to go. Mwah. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. Bye.
Thank you for that. Guys, I just want to reiterate what Harvey said. Watch John Maxwell. Watch it again and again. They say you need to watch something 5 times for it to properly go in, because I can guarantee you the first time you watch it, you'll take something. The second time, you'll take something else. The third time you watch it, you're going to go, where was I? Was I actually watching the same thing? Like, really? So they say it takes 5 times. So watch it over and over and again. So
next week, we're going to go over it in a kind of an interactive way. Chris and I will talk about that. But, if everybody can get this into their heads and into their hearts, your income will grow faster and faster. And as your income grows faster and faster, you're helping more and more people with their health all over the world.
Completely, George. Looking forward to next week. Can't wait. John Maxwell, absolutely love it. Love it. So guys, in finishing off, I just want to leave you with one thought before we go into the weekend. Get the people that you signed up, get them plugged in. Get them plugged into the system, get them plugged into the group, the bigger group. And what I'm doing right now is I'm starting smaller little groups with people. Because you know what? A person that you've signed up is still a prospect until they get plugged into the system. What do I mean by that? Is to sign a person up, guys, that's the easiest thing in the world. An 8-year-old can do it. There's a link, sign up. Get the credit card or debit card from mommy and daddy. 8-year-old could do it. Put that number in. Bam, your products get arrived. That's the easiest thing in the world. Anybody can sign up and become a member. They're still a prospect. Even though they signed up, they're still a prospect until it goes from the head to the heart and you get them plugged in. And the only way we do that is by working closely with the people. And as they said at the conference, network marketing they should actually call it relationship marketing. That's what it's all about. It's people skills with structure. That's all network marketing is. So guys, from my side, love you all. Good night. God bless. And I'll have the toolbox out by tomorrow. Keep your eyes peeled. The new data toolbox will be on the group tomorrow. Love you guys. Night, everybody. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.